to Paul Goldschmidt. Just absolutely loved working with him. What does a work level look like?
Romy, he's got a sinker cutter.
Meadows will come in, fight this. Valdez will throw.
But those
Infield defense runner takes off, throw down to second. Obrera to third, and this time outs in a 2-2 count. A 5-year-old native of Walpole, Massachusetts. He made it to the major leagues. Yeah, I guess he's ready for the big stage. The third baseman, Rosario, field average in a half an hour. The 1-2 in the dirt. Scoop it up, flip it across the diamond to get Smith. And see the nastiest version of those pitches. Play quite a bit.
Be a professional ball player, and I asked where these, hence why the team stayed up until 6.
Start that he made, and of course Gleyber Torres at the top of their lungs. He created that. Carlos Guillen by McGonigal starts. So all Spurs had to turn and throw, whatever it might be at second base, but gets the ball in.
get it on the ground.
On off the glove on a soft.
That's tough.
Early. He said it's partly
It moves pretty fast.
at bats like that this season. Information. Zario, Key thrown out.
It's completely different.
Charlie Manuel could hit a little bit. He was a smile. He likes what he did.
His approach to the plate.
460 and 437. Fought up this spring. I said, you just decision going into camp. It's the decision. Nice play by Wells. Been accomplished over the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, we could with the WBC interruption.
Tough decisions to be made.
You know, when you have a very consistent work ethic. Yeah, I think part of it is the baseball to hook the ball. You know,
I've been watching him, Max Anderson, anticipation, knowing the pitch.
Plays better than we talk of fancier cars. Team behind him at turning ground balls.
But it really is. Kevin McGonigal is going to play and a nice play. Who's going to move around a little bit.
Enough depth like this squad does with this ball club.
Short, he's better than fine. It's short. Value in having that guy. Playable for Schumann. Boy, a couple of home runs. But
Swing on plane.
bounce back season for him. Here from Cam Schlittler. See today, big hop, and he takes care of all guys. Terry Scoople's kind of at second base. So the fact that I have right Gritchick into center field, Mario didn't read that well, but a bunt, and that's a good one.
Double play.
That's right.
Is what Austin will.
We'll probably see a lot during the season if this guy's.
Are going to be better.
And they are. When you had Jared Goodwin, his hitting is off to extend.
No, if you can get rid of some of his really tough low breaking ball.
Base fouls one off. It's the first, but that's a good at bat. We've heard a lot about.
I want him to stay.
To do what he did today.
I would say
even better.
Left center field wall.
In Sacramento. First pitch. This fly ball to center field. Left on left. He could still help. Wells. Softly in there to right. Driving Zach McKinstry from home plate.
Doesn't look nearly a.
And he's got a to off Corona.
With all. Want to run more.
Yeah.
Because
McKinstry will be. Meadows, the terrific spring he has. He got a good jump throw. Will not be. All that work with Paul, but all the work that has to go in.
And that really paid.
2 outs, man on third in the last 3 years. But fired up about digging hard. Corona makes.
He was built to be. Guys throw from behind home plate.
Catching part of it right. Called McGonigal will start his second 5 ground ball. And Kevin McGonigal. since my early days. The Hawkeye system is not shock 2 inches. Jahmai Jones, the 1-2 to Jones. One game in the 6th.
Got to be catchers.
Yeah, and it's not even. The strike zone is smaller. What does that mean? Keith will go down to second. Tight for Dylan Dingler. He maintained that. And he scores easily. Is enough to know that, and that's. I don't think there's any. Unless he gets 3 outs and 7 pitches, but as well as pitch count at this. Now in right. Left on left. Well, Wells goes the strike zone, and the. Well, the count. The 1-2.
That corner with a heater.
Guy. The Tigers signed him. Just a weapon that makes him at times hit. Cold key. They have someone who can go through an order once. As you see him start. 3-0. Outs in 12 innings. Javi Baez. Max Anderson has had a good. Looked very strong defensively. Shielding his eyes from the sun.
But usually.
Move.
Then it's more the read off the bat stuff.
Assuming gets the ball. Makes play. Tigers center fielder. Wow. 30. Make it a 3-run lead. Last year, it took a while. Meaning
You win ball games.
tell me, Gabrielson. They're like, man, you know, maybe if we get him out of college. That wasn't his role last year.
Member of the Tigers, how did that feel?
Cuando apoyan a uno no se siente bien.
Game that you're working on, how much have you
Y yo creo que me enfoqué mucho en eso.
Pick off attempt to the bases, it doesn't working. La salida grande con un nuevo
Compañero y hacer el buen trabajo que yo necesito.
lo que hicimos esa visita a la escuela. ¿Cómo fue?
Donaciones de parte del equipo de Detroit.
Trey good winter pitching in the 2 the strike zone. About this yesterday. First 2 are on for the. Rogers was hurt early last year. Defensive alignment and the new left. Dropped a little bit at Toledo, but think. Center fielder's been battling the sun all day. Mound 9th inning. Nation trying to figure out, okay, what was it? The Tigers have mastered exactly what he needs to do. And nice play. Strike 1. You know it's his go-to pitch.
The Detroit Tigers are going in.
Member of the Tigers, how did that feel?
¿Cómo te sientes tú? Como tu primera
Cuando apoyan a uno no se siente bien, se siente en familia, se siente confiado.
Game that you're working on, how much have you emphasized that this offseason?
Y yo creo que me enfoqué mucho en eso, que sabemos que mi picheo
pick off attempt to the bases, it doesn't working. Some stuff are working, and you saw la salida grande con un nuevo equipo. ¿Cómo se siente?
compañero y hacer el buen trabajo que ellos necesitan y esperamos.
Lo que hicimos esa visita a la escuela. ¿Cómo fue la experiencia para ti de visitar a aquellos niñitos?
Donaciones de parte del equipo de Detroit y es algo que me siento bien porque.
Trey Cruz batting. Switch hitter batting. Good winter. Pitching in the Dominican Winter Leagues. 2 the strike zone. But about this yesterday. We're going to judge him not on necessarily the down and in. First 2 are on for the Tigers. Here, Rogers was hurt early last year. He just sprayed line drives everywhere.
Yep.
Defensive alignment, and the new left fielder is Arias. Keep an eye on this young man. Dropped a little bit at Toledo, but just about 101. Think. Packer fielder's been battling the sun all day. Turns that into an adventure. Mound 9th inning. Tyler Holton Nation trying to figure out, okay, what was it? For him. The Tigers have mastered the art of getting ahead and throwing strike 1. Exactly what he needs to do. And I picture him being a lot more like that guy. Nice play. Soft ground ball to third. And he strike one.
And then he mixes it with that backdoor cutter.
You know, it's his go-to pitch. Look at that. Wow. Up and away. Wow, nice finish.
The Detroit Tigers are going into the 2026 season. It's going to be